Well, here to provide further insight into the return is aerospace engineer and retired U.S. Navy Captain Armin Kurdian. Armin, welcome back to KUSI.
Thanks, Paul.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's pretty captivating. I found myself, as soon as the coverage began, I was just glued to it. It's just still amazing, right? That we can successfully bring someone back from space like that.
Yeah, you go back to like the last shuttle mission in 2011 and 2012, and this period that we went through for so long where we weren't even able to get people into space, where the Russians had to actually do it for us. And now it seems like all of that pent-up energy is exploding in rapid advancement and technological advancement in space, and getting people back and forth into space in a reusable capsule, reusable boosters. I'm an engineer. I'm still just blown out of the water seeing that booster come back, landing on its legs inside of a gantry. It's fantastic.
Yeah, back in the day, it used to be that the takeoff was really impressive. Now, I like to see the rocket return, either if it lands right on its spot or caught by the chopsticks. I find that part of it even more fascinating.
It's amazing, the technology that has come.
We had the cockpit video, and really these astronauts are just along for the ride, right? I mean, this is all being done autonomously.
Pretty much. If there's an emergency situation, if they need to do something and take control, they can obviously do that. But for the most part, it is automated. And frankly, taking the human out of the loop a lot of times is not a bad idea to actually do. So they go up, they go down, they're ready to go, and it seems. What really strikes me, I think, when inside the Dragon capsule is the simplicity of it.
Right. And then, just to put a cherry on top of all this, is once safely in the water, a pod of dolphins shows up to say hello and see what's going on. I mean, that's like Hollywood.
I know. Back in 2005, when I was deployed in the Gulf, I was just walking through the hangar deck, and there was just massive pod of dolphins that was following the carrier. So you see a pod of dolphins out in the middle of the water, it's something to behold.
So what's next now? Well, what's in store for the space station? Is it? I've heard that they want to shut it down. Does the success getting up and down like this, does this extend its life?
Well, ultimately, the space station is going to have a service life. At some point, it's not going to become economical to continue to repair and support. But it's because the technology for the ISS is older. We're talking about 1990s technology. So considering how fast we're going to and from into space now, with Musk's advanced boosters, the Starship booster, hopefully Boeing gets its act together again, we'll be able to basically build new sections of a new space station here on Earth and get into space.
Develop a commercial space station then that everybody can use.
Yeah, commercial. Yeah, that's a great idea. Say, hey, rent it out for advanced composites, for crystal making, for making new pharmaceuticals that can only be made in zero gravity.
Imagine if you could have your wedding in space, where you could charge for that.
It's going to happen.
So we saw that obviously 9 months in space takes its toll. The astronauts, the two long-term astronauts, had to be wheeled out. How long does it take for a body to recover from that kind of space state?
Well, it's certainly a lot more than it takes maybe running a marathon. It's going to take several weeks, maybe about a month and a half or so, for them to get back. You see, there's mobility assist. That much time, no matter how much exercise you do in space, you're going to lose bone mass. You're going to lose muscle mass. Your heart is going to get a little bit weaker. So you don't want your body too stressed out when you come down. But you are going to go through very moderate physical therapy. Diet is very important. Some supplements. Lots of rest, lots of sleep. Your body will get back used to gravity. It will start building itself back up again. We've seen Russian cosmonauts go up for this amount of time, come back to Earth for a little bit, and then go right back up into space again.
So then that bodes well then, because obviously the big goal is Mars, right? And you're 6 months each way. So, I mean, how we handle these ups and downs and how we handle these stays on the space station will affect our projections for Mars, correct?
True, but a little bit different. When you're going to Mars and you ostensibly land on Mars, you don't have the support structure you have here on Earth to get yourself back into space. So there's been a lot of discussion, if you're going to Mars, that you need some measure of artificial gravity, some kind of rotating spacecraft, which means it's going to be big, it's going to be large, to send people out there so that when they get to Mars, even though Mars is about 40% of Earth's gravity, or 40% less, I can't remember exactly which one, that when you get there, you'll be able to actually go in and start operating and functioning. You don't want to spend several weeks having to reacclimate to Martian gravity because you were in zero G for 9 months.
This is like the discovering the new world all over again. This is like Christopher Columbus. When you get to Mars, you're going to have to live on what you bring, right? Until the next ship shows up.
It's the hand of humanity reaching out to the stars to do something, not because it is easy, but because it is hard, as President Kennedy said. It's like when the Polynesians were going out and exploring the Pacific Ocean, or when Captain Cook or Magellan went all around the world. It is the human endeavor. It is who we are. It is our nature to be curious. It is our nature to strive to be more than what we are. I think that defines us as humanity more than anything else. What we're seeing right now is, I hope, the start of our return to space, and we won't ever have this pause that we've seen.
In our lifetime, as we wrap this up, will we be living on the moon year-round? In our lifetime?
I would love to see a permanent man colony on the moon as soon as we possibly can. That'd be great.
Armin, have a great day. We'll talk next launch, okay?
Absolutely.